Hey folks, want to increase your retirement income by 25%? Stay tuned in this video with the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel and I'll show you how. Welcome my friends to the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel where we show you how to increase your retirement income with some simple tricks. A lot of times we're going to use a tax code and a lot of times we're going to use IRAs, 401ks, 403 distributions. I'm going to show you how you can minimize those, which will allow you to maximize your Social Security, which will give you more tax-free income. But in this case, it's going to be a whole lot easier than that. So let's go to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, BA.gov, and I'm going to show you a quick and easy way that you can increase your retirement income by 25% without hardly doing anything. You got to do one major thing, but you don't have to do much more than that. You don't have to increase your investments. You don't have to increase your risk. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is move. I know it's clickbait, but look at this. The BEA, Bureau of Economic Analysis, from the U.S. Department of Commerce, every year they run these regional price parity numbers here. And a RPP measures the difference in price levels across states and metropolitan areas for a given year and are expressed as a percentage of the overall national price level. All items RPPs cover all consumption goods and services, including rents. Areas with high to low RPPs typically correspond to areas with high-low price levels for rents. State with the highest RPPs, and I'll show you in here in just a second, state with the lowest. So state with the highest are Hawaii, New York, California. The lowest are Mississippi, Alabama, and Arkansas. So the South and basically the more expensive coastal areas. Across states, Hawaii had the highest rents for RPP, and Alabama and West Virginia had the lowest. All right, so I'm going to stop there for just a second. Remember, if you've been watching this video at all, and you should, the biggest expense you're going to have in retirement by far, nothing even comes close, is housing. The largest expense in retirement, nothing comes close. Everyone says healthcare. No. Housing by far is the biggest cost that you're going to have in retirement. And again, nothing even within spitting distance. So let's just say Hawaii had 157. Now, again, that means the average is 100. And Alabama has 63. That means Alabama is 2.5 times cheaper to live on a housing than Hawaii. Now, you think Alabama is just not a place you want to live? You ever been to Gulf Shores? You ever been to Huntsville, North Alabama? Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, Alabama isn't quite as tax-friendly for retirees. But if you're living on Social Security, some IRA distributions, ideally the Roth IRA distributions, you can minimize your taxes, income tax, pretty significantly in the great state of Alabama. So let's just go down here. Metropolitan areas with the lowest RPPs were Cincinnati. So if you want to live in a city, an urban environment, you can live in Cincinnati, Cleveland, or St. Louis, and you'll be paying well below the average. Again, 100 is the average. If the highest are New York, San Francisco, DC, we all know that. Areas with the largest metropolitan areas had the highest rents. Look at that. San Francisco, 190, and Cleveland had the lowest. So for a bigger urban environment, big city, San Francisco was almost a 200, where Cleveland was about 80. And again, that's a significant difference. Across all metropolitan areas, San Jose had its highest rents at 213, and Gadsden, Alabama, and I'm familiar with Gadsden, Alabama, 51.3. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to have to open this up a little bit, make this a little bit not as. All right, so here is, I'm going to say DC. I'm going to say you live in DC, and you have let's just say DC for simplicity. You had a 115, we'll just say 116 regional price parity. All right, so you're like, oh man, DC's eating me alive. Or let's just say you live in New Jersey, 113 regional price parity. All right. Now remember, when you retire, you're getting your pension if you have one, your IRA if you have one, your 401k if you have one, and your Social Security have all been. You've already earned that, and you've earned it by living in these high price parities counties and states. All right, so now you have $400,000 in IRA. Your Social Security, because it maxed out at a certain income level, is $2,600 a month. What you can easily do is you can take that and move into a low RPP, Alabama. And so the difference between the DC 116 and Alabama at 87, roughly, that's a 25% difference in your cost of living, just right there. 25%. So, I mean, and again, that is all inclusive. When you factor in the housing, the rents, essentially is what they're saying, the housing costs in DC versus Alabama, the spread will be even more, because the facts are Alabama is a whole lot cheaper to live in than DC. And on top of that, housing is a big expense retirees will pay. So a simple way to increase your retirement income to make it last longer is to get your butt up and move to a lower cost of living environment. Let me click on this. And maybe you don't want Alabama. I don't know. I like Alabama. Maybe you don't. You go to North Carolina, it's at 90. Tennessee, no state income tax. Or you say you want to move to the Midwest. Look at all these states here. Georgia, we moved from New Jersey. 113. Yeah, we moved from New Jersey to Georgia 5 years ago. And I saw Georgia right there. So we saved a boatload of money. Now, I will tell you, it is specific on the county you live in. We live in North Fulton County. It's actually Fulton County, but the north part of Fulton County is more affluent area. And the property taxes, well, a heck of a lot cheaper than New Jersey. Because we're in North Fulton or Fulton County, they're a whole lot more expensive than it would have just been about 2 miles that way in Cherokee County, and about a mile and a half north in Forsyth County. So you just got to watch out your county. But there's lots of wonderful places: Indiana, South Carolina, North Carolina. I mean, Wisconsin. It's too cold for me. Let's see. I bet Virginia's up here on the top, right? Virginia's right there. I was born and raised in Maine. Even Maine, well, Maine's below parity, so that's good. Pennsylvania too. So let's just say you're saying, I don't like New York anymore. Well, move to Pennsylvania. Right there, you have a pretty significant savings. Let's see. New York has a 115, so you're going to save 15% right there. Just moving to Pennsylvania. A lot of people do it, my friends. A lot of people do it. So this is an easy way to increase your retirement income without having to worry about your investments right there. So people always say, how do I increase my retirement income, Josh? You're so smart. You can tell me. I always say, And their insinuations, I have some great strategy on investing. Nope. I say reduce your taxes, reduce your housing costs, and reduce your cost of living expense. We can focus back on investments all day long. That's simple. I mean, that's nothing. That's a nothing burger right there. If I can get you 6% and you only get 5.75, is that a big deal? Nope. If I can save you 15% a year in taxes, is that a big deal? Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. The easiest ways to increase your retirement income is to look at the expense phase of your balance sheet, your income statement. You got it. Income coming in, expenses going out. Everyone focus on the investments. That's yesterday's news. Forget that. Focus on expense. If we can reduce those expenses, that's the easiest, the number one way you can increase your retirement income without question. Hope this helps. I'll put a link to this website in the show note. The BE's wonderful tool. Bureau of Economic Analysis from the Commerce Department. Just tons of stuff. State table. For a data geek like me, this is hog heaven for sure. So hope this helps. Don't forget to subscribe down below. And if you do subscribe, which I hope you do, don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of future content. As always, comments are always welcome. Absolutely, comments are always welcome. And certainly a thumbs up helped me a lot with the YouTube algorithm to recognize that people do like the channel. Don't forget to go to heritagewealthplanning.com. That's where I have my blog posts. That's where I have my videos, my podcasts as well. And we'll see you next time on the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.